Good evening and welcome to Justeventonline news at 9. I am Anifat Ismail. The news headlines. Tinubu mourn fallen soldiers, loud military response to Borno attack. Telecom tariff hike imminent, federal government says. National Assembly decries low funding for capital project. Federal government to take over Almajiri schools. Nigeria reaffirms commitment to China agreement, elevates bilateral ties. ECOWAS provides relief to 1,000 flood victims in Bauchi. NIMASA, NDLEA to tackle drug trafficking at seaports. And on sport, Army organises football tourney to foster unity with host community. Now the news in details. President Bola Tinubu has sympathized with the military and the families of the 6 soldiers who lost their lives during the assault on January 4, 2025. The tragic terrorist attack took place at Nigerian Army Base in Sabongida, Damboa, Borno State. In a Thursday statement issued by Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, the president commended the bravery and sacrifice of the fallen soldiers. He said their sacrifices in defending our nation will forever be honored and remembered. The Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Dr. Bosun Tijani, has disclosed that telecommunication tariffs will soon increase, though the hike will not be as high as 100% being proposed by operators. Speaking after a stakeholders meeting with mobile network operators in Abuja on Wednesday, Tijani said the consultations and engagement were ongoing. He added that the Nigerian Communications Commission would approve the new tariffs and announce them to the public in due course. The National Assembly on Wednesday expressed concern over the wide gap between recurrent and capital expenditures in the 2024 budget, citing the low level of fund releases for capital projects as a major obstacle to achieving tangible development. At a joint session between the chairman of Senate and House Committee on Appropriations and the Presidential Economic Team to review the 2025 Appropriation Bill, Senator Solomon Adeola and Honorable Abubakar Bichi called for increased funding for capital projects in the ongoing 2025 budget. They argue that capital projects are the most direct way for Nigerians to benefit from government activities, as recurrent expenditures primarily serve a limited segment of the population. The federal government has announced plans to retake control of the Almajiri schools built during the administration of former President Goodluck Jonathan, which were handed over to governors of the 19 northern states, but have since been abandoned by successful administration. This was disclosed by the Executive Secretary of the National Commission for Almajiri and Out-of-School Children, Dr. Idris Sani, during a Memorandum of Understanding signing event with the Civil Society Action Coalition on Education for All in Yola. Sani revealed that the Commission was making arrangements to rehabilitate and reactivate the 157 Almajiri schools across northern states to address the challenges of Almajiri and adult school children in Nigeria. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Tugar, has reaffirmed the country's commitment to the implementation of agreements reached with China during President Bola Tinubu's state visit in September 2024. The visit, which marked a milestone in bilateral relations, saw the signing of 4 memorandums of understanding, now at various stages of implementation. Tugar highlighted the agreement as a foundation for enhancing cooperation in key sectors such as trade, investment, and infrastructure. About 1,000 vulnerable individuals affected by the 2024 flood disaster in Bauchi State benefited from multipurpose intervention funded by the ECOWAS Commission. This was disclosed by the State Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Tanko Sununu, at the grand finale ceremony of the ECOWAS Emergency Response Project, held at the Bauchi Government House on Wednesday. Represented by the Director of Humanitarian Affairs of the Ministry, Valentine Ezebu, the Minister explained that the initiative aims to support the most flood-affected communities in the state. The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency has reaffirmed its commitment to support the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency in the fight against drug abuse and trafficking within Nigeria's maritime domain. The head of NIMASA's public relations, Osage Edward, announced this in a statement on Wednesday. He said the two agencies echoed this commitment when the Director General of NIMASA, Dr. Dayo Mburiola, hosted the chairman of NDLEA, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, who was on a courtesy visit to the NIMASA towers in Lagos. Last on the news is sport. As part of activities marking this year's Armed Forces Remembrance Day, the 8th Division of the Nigerian Army organized a football competition to strengthen unity between the division and its host community. The matches, held at Damboa Primary School in Sokoto, featured teams from both the division and the community. The host team, Damboa United, triumphed over the division's team, the Eagles, with a 2-0 victory. And that will be all on Justeventonline News at 9. Here's the recap of the story. Tinubu mourn fallen soldiers, lauds military response to Borno attack. Telecom tariff hike imminent, federal government says. National Assembly decries low funding for capital projects. Federal government to take over Almajiri schools. Nigeria reaffirms commitment to China agreements, elevates bilateral ties. ECOWAS provides relief to 1,000 flood victims in Bauchi. NIMASA and NDLEA to tackle drug trafficking at seaport. Army organizes football tourney to foster unity with host community. Thank you for watching Justeventonline News. Help others with actions, word of encouragement and wisdom during the process of progress. For more news, visit www.justeventonline.com, and to read more updates, follow us on our social media platforms with a tap at Justeventonline. You can also send us an email on justeventonline@gmail.com. I'm Anifat Ismail. Good night.